And it's on to the playoffs, a loss, and it is all over. And let's take a look at the two scenarios that could take place tonight. If Cincinnati wins, Houston will be at Cincinnati in an AFC wild card game. Green Bay clinches the NFC Central Championship. Pittsburgh is out of the playoffs. Minnesota out of the playoffs. Now, if Minnesota should win tonight, Pittsburgh will be at Houston in the AFC wild card game, that game next Sunday. Minnesota clinches the NFC Central Championship. Cincinnati out of the playoffs. Green Bay out of the playoffs. And there it is. Hello again, everyone. I'm Frank Gifford. We're delighted you're with us. Merry Christmas, happy holiday, and again, what a pleasure to bring you this final game of the 1989 regular season.
From the 23, Wilson to throw to set up the screen. Hits Finney, has two blockers in front, and an auspicious beginning for Minnesota as Fulcher drags him down at the 50-yard line. So a little screen perfectly executed to Rick Finney. First and 10, Minnesota from the 48-yard line. It is Walker. And Walker starting right, going left, and that didn't fool anybody. Second and 12. Bengals showing corner blitz, and here they come. They love to do that. They pick up the corner, and Wilson hits Carter for a first down at the 37-yard line. Back-to-back first downs for the Vikings, who come out smoking. From the 33, out of the shotgun. Wilson throws. Carter makes the catch. And another first down as he takes it to the 19-yard line. So the Vikings, who were so inept offensively last week for the most part against Cleveland.
Like this is the middle of the third quarter.
Second and 10 from the 19-yard line. Wilson throws. It's deflected and in and out of the hands of Ricky Dixon, who can't believe it. It was almost too easy for him. Third and 10. This is the 9th play of the opening drive. Pressure. Finney. Fulcher is able to drag him down by his ankles at the 14, and the Minnesota field goal unit with Rich Carless will come in. So the Bengals stiffen after Minnesota had picked up 3 successive first downs. He's made the most of it. Scribner holding. And Carless's kick is perfect from 31. So on the opening drive, the Vikings control the ball for the first 5:30 of the opening period. 3-0 Minnesota. The former manager of the New York Yankees dead on Christmas night in a one-car accident. As Herschel Walker picks up 5 on first down. So Martin, the longtime and several-time Yankee manager, also managed the Tigers and the A's and the Rangers. And second down and 5 for Minnesota from the 25-yard line as Rick Finney fights his way for what might be a first down. From the 30-yard line, Finney picks up about 6 as he takes it out to the 36-yard line. And it's funny.
Yards rushing, a good all-around back.
Second and 4, and here's Walker. And he fights for a first down, taking it out to the 41-yard line. So it's been the Finney and Walker show on this drive. The Vikings, by the way, are -1 running back, DJ Dozier.
Walker, if you had him right through camp.
From the 41, off the play fake. That buys Wilson a lot of time, and it buys a wide-open Jordan for a first down at the 27-yard line. To a man in Pittsburgh, obviously, rooting on the Vikings so they can keep their season alive. Finney on the screen takes it to the 20-yard line, about 3 yards short of the first down, where Tim Crumry, number 69, makes the tackle.
Old Tim Crumry, the undisputed leader of that defensive team.
Third and a long 2, and David Fulcher has limped off the field, and it's Anthony Carter who has it busted up by Eric Thomas.
Very, very close.
Close call. 37-yard attempt by Carless, and this one is good. Good by plenty.
But I've heard that the lack of flag makes it a great play.
Cincinnati from the 14-yard line. Here's Brooks behind Ball. Cuts in off a ball block. Picks up the first down. And James Brooks, having another sensational year, is out of bounds at the 31 and a flag down.
Early we had lined up in the two-back set with James Brooks.
Second and 8. Pressure is on from Dolman, but he gets the pass away to Brooks. Another first down. There's a flag down. He takes it to the 35-yard line of Minnesota. There's a flag down back at the Cincinnati 42.
Tricky, number 75, offense.
That's Bruce Reimers, who is among the Bengals, who is fighting the flu tonight. 44. They have to get to the Minnesota 44 for a first down, and Brooks escapes, gets out past the 30, and Brooks to the 39-yard line. James Brooks turns absolutely nothing into a minimal gain anyway.
Better field position.
Lee Johnson to boot it. Leo Lewis back to accept it. It's a low line drive. Could be a decent run back as Lewis at the 22 exploits it by bringing it out to the 39. So a low line drive kick results in a 17-yard return. Is in Green Bay and the Steelers as well in Pittsburgh from the 39-yard line. Wilson hits Carter a first down at the 50-yard line. An 11-yard pickup. Eric Thomas with the coverage.
And in the secondary.
Nipped 3 off Houston last week.
2nd and 9. Wilson off a roll, throws, and the catch is made at the 35-yard line by Hassan Jones. A first down. 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line, and here's Walker piling forward for 4 on what will be the final play of the opening quarter. Crumry and McClendon converge on the tackle. Start the second quarter, and on 2nd and 7 for Minnesota, it's Rick Fenny fighting his way forward for a first down to the 21-yard line behind a block by Kirk Loudermilk. 3rd down and 8 from the 19-yard line. That's Leo Lewis in motion. He stays in the block, and they give it to Walker on an inside handoff, and he takes it to the 11, and that's very close to a first down. He cut off a block by Randall McDaniel. To be short of the first down. They've already sent in 3 tight ends. They are that much shy of the first. Almost a full yard.
They have not been good at stopping teams when they get down close either.
And they give it to the up back, and it's Fenny, and he picks up the first down with a lot to spare, taking it to the 8 and setting up a 1st and goal. Play in the half. Herschel Walker just inside the 5. It will be 3rd and goal. Ricky Dixon comes up to make the tackle. And send Novoselsky in motion. And Wilson throws it halfway to Edina. Intended, I suppose, for Darrell Ingram, who was the closest Viking, but he was about 12 yards away.
Pressure cooker here in Minnesota. As I told you earlier, this offensive team's been getting a lot of gas.
22-yard field goal attempt is just inside the upright, but Carlos is 3 for 3, and he has, despite missing the first 2 games this season, 112 points in 1989, and that's a career high for the longtime Denver Bronco. He's the difference on the scoreboard. It's 9-0. And Esiason trips and gets sacked back at the 4-yard line. Chris Dolman will get credit for it. He's earned his share. He got some help right there, but nonetheless for Dolman, that will be number 18.
You never know when the quarterback comes away from the center like that. With
in motion. And Esiason under pressure throws into double coverage and has it picked off by Darrell Fullington at the 38-yard line. Coverage was great. There was nothing there. The ball at the 37-yard line. Here's Wilson going right to the air, finds Carter in the seam. Carter running parallel along the 20, out of bounds at the 13-yard line. What a block by Hassan Jones. And it's first down from the 11. A deep drop, and a screen is set up. And the catch is made by Fenny, who breaks tackles and scores the touchdown.
Oh, Al, they scored 56 points during the season. Came back and scored 7. They scored in the 40s another week. Came back and scored 7 the following week and lost both those games. And they're off to another horrible start as Rick Fenny continues to develop into an all-around back, and some sad faces in Packerland.
Second and 7. That's Brown in motion. Esiason pressured, sacked at the 4 by Henry Thomas.
He doesn't get many of those. They won't get near the coverage from that formation.
High snap. Johnson comes down with it, and it's a good deep kick. Leo Lewis at his own 40-yard line. to the Bengal 40. Still inbound. And finally run out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. Walker, and he's taken down by Williams, and there's a penalty marker down.
Frank,
it's against Minnesota.
You've been a two or not?
Yeah. Wilson tipped and incomplete, intended for Carter, and Lewis Billups decked Wilson, and Billups is shaken up on the play.
Just a game of numbers, and the Vikings, with all the receivers and the patterns, just did not have the blockers to pick up Billups. He had a straight shot at.
Team record is 30 by Fred Cox, so Carlos tries to tie that mark, and he is right on the money tonight.
Well, Cincinnati may have avoided the bullet to the heart, but right now they're sure bleeding from a lot of open wounds.
They better get the fife and drum out.
6:42 to go in the first half. It's 19-0 Minnesota. The longest game in the history of the National Football League was played Christmas Day 1971, 82 minutes 40 seconds. In the second overtime, Garo Yepremian kicked that 37-yard field goal, spoiling an otherwise unbelievable individual performance by the Chiefs' Ed Podolak, as the Miami Dolphins beat the Chiefs 27-24. That was an AFC playoff game. What people forget, there was an NFC playoff game that very same day, Christmas 71, here, when the Vikings were playing in Bloomington at Old Metropolitan Stadium against Dallas. And it's the last time the NFL played a game on a Christmas day. All right, we'll find out what happens here on this drive from the 23-yard line as Esiason dumps one off for Eric Caddis, the tight end, and he's bumped out of bounds by Ray Berry out at the 39-yard lines. First and 10, Cincinnati from the 39-yard line. Inside handoff, Brooks escapes. Takes it out to the 46. I just love watching James Brooks play. Here's a guy over 1,000 yards, and again, we mentioned before, 5.6 yards per carry. Alabama against Miami. 3rd down and 3. Pressure on Esiason, but he gets it away. Finds the open man. That's Eddie Brown for a first down. He gets wrestled down, and a flag goes down. Travis Curtis and Berry may have grabbed a face mask.
They have
illegal push in the back. Number 85 on the run.
Yep, it's Tim McGee. He's right in front of the play, attempting to help Eddie Brown out.
The play clock to 1 as Esiason gets it off. Protection breaks down, and he dumps it into the umpire. Al Noga forced that issue, and the closest receiver was Neil Garrow. 19-0, Minnesota. To Stanford Jennings. And Jennings slipping a tackle and fighting to the 34 and might have a first down. Carl Lee makes the tackle, and Jennings, who will be used very sparingly tonight, kneed in the kidney last week against Houston, and he was very questionable coming into the game tonight.
A coach that likes a veteran player.
3rd and 10. Esiason going deep for Brown, who makes the catch. Touchdown. Exactly what the Bengals needed.
He did beat Lee, but Lee gave him the inside and expecting some help from Travis Curtis.
Those 3 field goals do not look that big at this point.
6th touchdown reception of the season for Eddie Brown.
Watch the right side. You see Curtis, number 49. He's just a little late getting over there. Not able to break in on that play. And Cincinnati, as they can do as easily as any team in the league, scores quickly.
Eddie Brown bringing it out to the 20-yard line. From there, will the Vikings begin their next drive?
He's just not the sweet back.
From the 20 on 1st and 10, going deep and finding Carter out at the 43-yard line. A 23-yard pickup on first down from the 43. And Wilson gets dumped back at the 32-yard line. Reggie Williams.
And that's what Cincinnati has to do to get it. Line up a defensive tackle.
Maybe it'll keep him going for another 14. Rethink retirement. 3rd and 19, and the catch is made at the 49-yard line somehow, some way by Hassan Jones, and the Bengals are saying it should be no catch.
Well, the ball is 25 yards down the field in the hands of Solomon Wilcots.
Javor tonight, just to stay there.
3rd down, a long 6. Here's Esiason, and he has the first down as he fires over the middle to Tim McGee. 32. Esiason to Brooks. He has room to roam and gets out to the 41-yard line. A pickup of 9 yards.
I know JB's trying to make something happen, but he should have gone to the sidelines and got out of bounds.
He'd kill it. Meanwhile, the seconds tick off.
2nd and 1. And this time Brooks is helped out of bounds by Berry, stopping the clock with 60 seconds to play in the half. Brown gets open, and that's a first down at the 44-yard line. Tackled by a trio of Vikings, and White says, give me a timeout again. Their touchdown came on a 3rd and 10. Esiason fires, and it's knocked down, intended for McGee, and knocked away by Reggie Rutland. From this position on the field. And Esiason chase, throws, and it is picked off, but it hardly matters because an incompletion would have been about the same thing.
Man,
Scott Studwell.
He picks up 10 yards by throwing the interception.
Up.
Watch for number 81.
Here's Wilson. And the catch is made, and that's Jim Gustafson getting out of bounds at the 47-yard line. So the Vikings trying to turn a 12-point cushion into more than a 2-touchdown cushion. Wilson out of the gun. Keeps Penny in the block. Pressure on. And Wilson gets sacked at the 43-yard line. Not to Tagaloa, the rookie out of California.
Way upfield on. Here's your timeout. Try to get Carlos within field goal range.
3rd and 15, and 3 receivers are all down there, including Jones, who's made a season out of catches like that. Hassan Jones, who had a huge Hail Mary reception against the Rams, pulls one down here. Timeout with 4 seconds. Chip shot for him. He kicked 7 in the Rams game. This one from 25 yards. And it is good.
And what a big field goal, because now 2 touchdowns by Cincinnati still has them trailing. 2 touchdowns before would have given them the lead. 2 touchdowns now have them trailing 22-21.
3rd and 10. Esiason stepping up. Throws on the run, and wide open down the far sideline is Rodney Holman. And Rodney Holman, who just dropped the last pass, goes all the way for a touchdown.
And Joey Browner has egg all over his face.
Looked like he came off the bench.
8. Rodney Holman, he'll be going to the Pro Bowl again. He'll be the AFC starter, his first catch of the night.
That's all made possible by the scramble of Esiason, Browner's overreaction to that scramble, and Rodney Holman staying alive, breaking off his route, going down the sidelines and presenting a target to his quarterback. And guess who this makes very happy? Yep, you guessed it right. The Green Bay Packers celebrate a Cincinnati touchdown. Not befitting his position on the Pro Bowl team.
Getting beaten by a Pro Bowl performer. Rick Fenny on Minnesota's first play of the 3rd quarter. Setbacks here with 4 receivers, and they give it to him, and he gets knocked down short of the 30-yard line. So with 4 receivers, they give it to Anderson, his first carry of the night, and it's David Grant, number 98, who stops him.
Al, you can do it all.
Under the dome in Minneapolis, and the Bengals are trying to do it all as they were down by 15 and now down by 8, and Brooks breaks one and takes it out to the 49-yard line. That's Holman in motion. Fakes the ball. Esiason, after a stumble, throws under pressure and has it tipped incomplete. Batted by Joey Browner.
Oh, and they're going to rule it a sack. Oh, they're going to give Chris Dolman the sack. Pat Haggerty comes over and credits Dolman with grasp and control.
Bussey is the strong safety for Cincinnati. Fulton shaken up in the first half. 2nd and 10. Wilson pressured, sacked back at the 7-yard line. Skip McClendon dropping him there. Nobody is there. Jim Gustafson, the intended receiver, and Jason Buck, who's there to knock Wilson down. Scribner out of the end zone with carry at midfield. Terry calls for a fair catch. He's not taking any chances at the 45. And the Bengals have it 1st and 10 at the Minnesota 45-yard line. And Eric Ball, the UCLA rookie, picks up 13, takes it to the 32. Brad Edwards and Joey Browner converge on the tackle. From the 32, Brooks somehow burrows his way through that pile and picks up close to 6. Clock is down to 5. And Brooks spins his way to a 1st down and a lot more as he takes it to the 11-yard line.
With the hurry-up offense.
Without a huddle on 1st and 10 from the 11, and Esiason in the grasp and sacked at the 25 by Dolman. Play clock to 3, 2, 1, and they just get the play off. And the ball is taken out of Esiason's hands by Henry Thomas.
It bounces to the ground and right back up into the arms of Thomas.
2nd and 6. Vikings with 5 sacks tonight. Off the play fake, here's a Cincinnati sack as Reggie Williams, who had 1.5 sacks all season long, has 2 in what might be the final game of his career.
Oh, and that's the crowd. You hear them booing. They're not applauding Reggie, believe me. They're booing Wade Wilson for throwing a forearm.
2nd and 8. And Brooks gets popped as he makes the catch, and Lee comes up from the corner to extend his holiday wishes.
And this place is shaking.
On 3rd and 11. Esiason fires to the far side, and the catch is made by McGee inbounds and a 1st down. 2nd down and 6 from the 28-yard line as Esiason, great play fake, freezes the defense, and then lost one to Eddie Brown, and a 1st down out at the 45-yard line as he beats Carl Lynn. At the 45-yard line, here's Ball going nowhere. Busting the play up is Mark Dusbabic. The ball comes loose, and they say Minnesota has it. They say it's a fumble.
Oh, and Cincinnati just stood around and looked at the ball thinking it was down.
And for Dolman, tied for the league lead in sacks, tied for the league lead in fumble recoveries. Bowling straight ahead is Herschel Walker for about 5 to the 33-yard line. And where are they happy? They're happy in the Steel City.
Cincinnati, 4 turnovers to the Vikings none.
2nd and 5. Here's Walker. Tackles Finney. Runs into Finney, and that enables Ricky Dixon to come up and take him down from the 27. 4-man rush. Wilson fires, and what a catch made by Hassan Jones, taken down by Thomas.
Well, Eric Thomas is going to argue that he ended up out of bounds.
He ended up out of bounds because Thomas put him there, and that's going to be a catch.
Minnesota at the 15-yard line. Here is Finney on a counter. Picks up about a yard. Gets wrestled down. Loose ball. Cincinnati ball.
And the Vikings, their first turnover of the day. Skip McClendon was the first guy in there that disrupted the play.
And Jason Buck recovers it.
Oh, boy, they were in well within another field goal range. Take a look at it again. Carl Zander, 91, into the play.
And Buck down there at the bottom had his feet around the ankle.
It results in a 7-yard penalty, half the distance, so it's 1st and 17, and the catch is made by Brown, and his forward progress should net him the 1st down. There's the marker, and he has it out at the 25-yard line.
You know, that was a change by Esiason at the line of scrimmage, and he gave a hand signal to Eddie Brown as to the pass route that he wanted him to run.
To the sideline, and Cincinnati now resumes on 2nd down and 8 from the 27-yard line. Esiason fires, it's tipped, and it is picked off by Dusbabic. Juggled snap, but Wilson makes the most of it. Dixon takes him down at the 35. They're short of the 1st down by 3. Hold. And this kick is...
It hit the upright.
Hit the upright. It had the distance, but hit the upright and bounces back. 2nd down and 7. Esiason dumps it over the middle of Brooks. Brooks seeking the 1st down, has it. Takes it to the 49-yard line. 1st and 10. Scott Studwell makes the tackle.
Eric Ball assuming an unorthodox stance.
Now the Vikings change their defense.
Here's Brooks cutting to the outside, playing off a nice block and taking it to the 45-yard line. The block made by Eric Ball on Ray Berry.
His own people.
Second and a long three. Off the fake. Esiason is sacked back at the 45 by Chris Dolman, who now has the league lead.
Yeah, easy for Chris to want to be buddies. By the official, you saw the knee of Esiason on the ground.
3rd and 15. Look out for Noga from the backside. The pass over the middle to McGee, and a first down at the 39-yard line. And the Bengals tonight staying in the game because of their 3rd down proficiency. Taylor and Stanford Jennings are the running backs. Here's Jennings slipping inside, and Jennings taking it down to the 32-yard line. A pickup of close to 7. Ken Clark making the tackle. Jennings spun down at the 28-yard line. That should be enough for a first down. Scott Studwell. Craig Taylor is the sole setback. He gets the ball. Taylor running into the official and getting it down to the 18-yard line, close to a first down. Ray Berry gets credit for the tackle, and he will come up about a half a yard short of the first.
And there's play action.
On second and short, and underneath and wide open and making the catch is Taylor, busting a tackle, getting in for the touchdown. Craig Taylor, a rookie out of West Virginia.
6th-round draft pick, and Sam White said we may see him. He likes him. Fresh legs, and has made a big difference here in the 4th quarter.
Right now it's a 1-point ball game.
Esiason looked quickly into the end zone for Holman, checked it off, and goes out to Taylor, and watch this effort. Bounces right off to Bobby. Somehow controls it, gets the football across the goal line, and this is the reactions of Jerry Burns. Boy, I'll tell you, it hurts.
43 points in the 4th quarter. And the catch is made by Carter, and he is pushed out of bounds, and the flag goes down as Eric Thomas jostles him.
And that is DUMB.
This is the fact that Wade Wilson and Anthony Carter were in perfect sync. And now they'll mark off the yardage. There it is, right in front of the Vikings bench.
Well, Thomas didn't like the fact that Anthony Carter didn't just jump out of bounds, but the problem is that his hands were up in the face.
And 8:26 to go. The pass is caught at the 26-yard line, somehow, some way, by Anthony Carter along the sideline.
That looks like Georgie's work. Great job, guys.
His 7th catch of the night as Finney takes it for a gain of about 5 to the 19-yard line.
Except people in Green Bay.
There's Finney. He has a first down as he takes it to the 13. The 13-yard line. Anderson and Finney are the running backs. It's fumbled by Finney. He picks it up back at the 22, and Ricky Dixon is there to make the tackle at the 20-yard line. But they don't review it, and it's 2nd down and 16, and Wilson's going for the end zone.
They're going to get past interference. Phillips all over Hassan Jones.
And Phillips is going to get another one if he doesn't get out of the official's face.
Holding number 24 on the defense. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 24 on the defense.
Phillips shouldn't even be complaining about this. He just flat was caught.
Bengals have been penalized 27 yards on this drive. Walker takes it to the 3-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal, and it's a loose ball, and Cincinnati has the football. No, the original signal is Cincinnati. Now he's saying Minnesota.
Yeah, they sure did.
2nd and goal. Here's Finney through the middle, chugging his way to the 1, and then wrestled back by Crumry. 3rd and goal. Clearly a fumble, but a Viking somehow got to the bottom of the pile. On 3rd and goal, no. Finney is stopped at the 1-yard line. So it's 4th down and goal now. 4:45 remaining. They now take a timeout with 4:22 remaining. The Vikings are down to their final timeout now. They have 1 remaining. Setting up at the 7-yard line. On 4th down, they fake it to Walker and loft it into the end zone. And a touchdown to Novoselsky.
Give me a break. He has not had a whole lot of practice doing so. He usually is in there strictly to block. Here's the play action, a little bit of it to Herschel Walker. Look at this effort. That's wide receiver all the way.
And that is an absolutely perfect throw by Wade Wilson.
Bit of a play action. Great call, but a great catch by Novoselsky, the former Packer.
To the running backs, movement as Holman comes across the line.
Boy, wait till the crowd gets a little whiff of the fact that they caused that confusion.
Well, they're penetrating, but it is disruptive. Everything has to be passed along.
3rd and 15. And too high for Holman. Line drive. Lewis at the 45 into Cincy territory. Takes it to the 48. Vikings will try to take time off the clock. And the Bengals will have to take their timeouts.
And I'm sorry that I kind of stole the show. That's not what I intended.
3rd and 4. Here's Fenny stopped by Dixon, and now Cincinnati will take their timeout. From the 5, 1st and 10. Here's Esiason. Dumps it to Brooks. He gets wrestled down by Berry. And again, the Bengals, without a timeout, come right up to the line at the 11. On 1st and 10. And that's all the Vikings are giving them, the underneath stuff. Here's Holman out to the 31, and that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
It was very difficult for us to ascertain what was wrong with Munoz.
1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. The catch is made, or is it? No. Kendall Smith didn't have control of it.
Does he handle the ball? We saw the possession on the other angle. No question about the feet. Dragging the left foot.
That looked like a catch to me. Al, you know, your point is right. You hate to whip on these guys too much. It's a job that nobody wants. But still, it's our job. When we see something.
Has rolled. Catch and then out of bounds. First down.
Lofted to Holman, and he's got a first down, taking it to the 47. Berry and Studwell in on the tackle. Again on Sunday, Rams will be at Philadelphia, and unless something incredibly dramatic happens here, Pittsburgh will be at Houston. Here's Eric Ball. And they keep him inbounds. And to the playoffs they go. 3rd down and 2 from the 39. Esiason throws, and that's incomplete. 4th and 2. And Esiason keeps the Bengals alive. McGee goes out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and that's a first down.
The pass rush has changed dramatically.
3rd and 10. And it's Brooks who gets bumped out of bounds. That stops the clock with 13 seconds, but 4th down coming up. McMillan covering on the play. Flag is down. And it's caught by Brown for what would be a touchdown. And we'll see about the flag.
Keith Millard got manhandled at the line of scrimmage. I don't know if it was a tripping or a hold or whatever. Yeah, they're going to call tripping.
Yep.
4 seconds left.
Barring a defensive penalty, this would be the final play of the game. And we're going to have a defensive penalty because the Vikings have jumped. Esiason just throws it up for grabs. The pass is incomplete, but if the call is against the Vikings, there's still a play to go.
Bob Snucker will be a genius.
Last play of the season. Into the end zone. And into the playoffs go the Vikings.
And Burns got it.
And the Vikings unbeaten at home this year. They go 8-0 under the dome.
And 13 consecutive wins.
And for all intents and purposes, so ends the first round of the playoffs.
Vikings get a week off. Bengals get about 7 months off. Steelers, they go right back to work tomorrow, happily. Green Bay, great season for the Packers, but unfortunately 10-6 just doesn't do it in the NFC Central.